The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
All right, welcome everybody. As you can see, I am coming to you remote from my garage so I can smoke a cigar. The choice was either smoke a cigar tonight or do my show, and I said maybe I can do both. But if I can't do both, I'm going to have the cigar, and I was able to do both. Let's welcome Joe to the show, everybody. Joe, welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
And Krellbauer, welcome to the show.
Howdy, folks.
What's going on, Krell?
Nothing much. Went out, grabbed the pizza yesterday. Yeah, it was mediocre.
Where did you go?
This place, Wise Guys, down the street from me. I remember having a cheese pizza from there once, and I thought it was very good, New York style. But I know as soon as the toppings went on, something changed on it.
Right. Hey now, Jan's in the house, everybody.
Hey, Jan. Ricky Falkrow.
Oh, thanks, Ricky. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's what I wanted to be. Except literally 2 seconds before I started, my neighbor, the little kids came running out, and this kid's 6 years old and destined for prison. So he ran around our neighbors screaming, and now I think he went back in. So that's good. Krell, before we were talking earlier, you were talking about a YouTube channel that I had never heard. What was that called again?
Oh, it's called We the People University. It's a gentleman named Abadiah Israel. He's a former police officer, and he's just
Abadiah Springfield.
Yeah. But anyways, what it is that I didn't mean to hit that again. There's a lot of channels that do audits, constitutional audits, if you're familiar with this. This gentleman, what he does is he just looks at videos and he criticizes it, and both sides from both ends as a former police officer. And, if he sees something wrong, he'll say it's wrong, whether it's on the side of the police officer or the person. It's interesting stuff. We the People University.
Dave, you're frozen. Are you frozen?
He's frozen in a grin.
In a fucking grin. I got to screen cap that shit. Done.
Kind of looks like Peter Griffin there.
I wonder if he realizes he's frozen or if he's just talking to nobody.
Hey, Dwight Bailey's here. How's it going, Dwight?
Hey. I love Dwight. Let me get back to my chat.
So how hot is it down in Louisiana there, Dwight? He's in Louisiana, all right.
I think so. Don't quote me.
I'm almost positive.
There we go. Well, No,
Well,
I'm not
I
frozen. There we go. Dave's
There it
back.
goes.
You froze.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, you're frozen a grin too. The shit eating grin.
Perfect. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, we weren't talking about much.
Oh no, you okay? Very good. Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, my computer went. You don't have internet. Not that I didn't have the signal, but like that it wasn't. I had to sign into it. I'm like, how did it sign out of my internet?
Gotta love technology.
Flowood, Mississippi, in the '90s. Here, wow.
Yeah, Flowood. Never heard of that place.
I don't know. Me either.
Jeez, why did I think he was Louisiana?
That's all the same shit. He's in the South.
Yeah.
Dwight, he's basically laying cable all around town, and then he comes home and he plays Minecraft. This guy's logged more hours to Minecraft than any human being.
Who, Dwight?
Yeah.
No, all he does is make new songs. It's Dwight. It's Dwight the Hitman Bailey. What do you think? He's an actual hitman. Where do you think he got that nickname from? He makes an album. He's like Buckethead with the albums.
He makes an album a day.
Album a day.
The first album, 40 minutes. The second one, even longer.
What's that, Buckethead?
That's from the Ruddles.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I've got to watch that. I haven't watched that since the 80s.
Yeah.
All you need
What
is
else has been going on with you, Joe? So did we talk about the movie Doctor Strange? Have we ever brought this up?
I haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it yet.
The new movie or the old original?
The new one.
Haven't seen it yet.
Part of phase 4, the MCU universe.
I want to give you a link to play.
So you were saying horrible, Dave?
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Dave, show this. This is literally me 1 year ago today. You can share.
Hold on.
It's from my Instagram.
Let me see how I share this. Share. Share screen. Window. Why is it not coming up? Oh, because it hasn't loaded yet. Hold on. Chrome tab. Instagram.
Because you're in the garage.
Yeah. Right here.
There we go.
Try to play it.
Okay, notice the difference.
That's June 6th last year. And I'll explain what I'm doing. Because there's a method behind yeah, that's a half a bottle.
Pouring it down the drain.
Then you're down the drain.
No, he's mixing a drink.
A whole no, there's going to be a whole nother bottle never opened that I just opened.
Wow.
That's going out too. That was recorded 1 year ago today.
Falcon Crest vodka.
Congratulations, Joe.
Yep.
Now let me explain what I did, because there's always a method behind my madness. Stop sharing that. I'm sick of seeing myself. Okay, so I am now 1 year sober.
All right. Wait.
That
1 year deserves applause.
Now, technically, I'm now 371 days sober. The first day I went without alcohol was May 31st, 2021. That was recorded June 6th. Let me tell you why I waited to June 6th to pour that out. Because I knew if I drank on the weekends. Friday and Saturday came, I did more drinking those 2 nights than anyone did during the week. And I figured if I can make it past them days and not have the alcohol, then I could do it. And that's what I did. So I waited a week past I stopped, then poured it out. See, I had seen my brother a billion times. Come home, we take him to the hospital. He'd think he's having a heart attack. He'd take the crack pipes, all the shit busted up. A few days later, he's getting high again. That's what an addiction does. So I was like, let me see if I can really do this. Because if not, then I'm going to be fucking wasting money on vodka.
Yeah.
But I made it past that point where I knew I could do it. I poured it down the drain. So now I'm a year sober. This weekend, and the funny thing was, This weekend, a year ago, I was going through withdrawal. Didn't realize it. This weekend, this year, I went through withdrawal and almost ended up in the hospital. Let me explain what kind of a fucking dumbass I am. First of all, there's two things that I've learned. Now, God, every now and then, needs to smack my dumbass right between the eyes with a 2x4 to wake me up, and he will do that. So, two things I've learned. One, do not go from drinking a pot of coffee a day to absolutely no coffee. In a few days, you're going to hear about it. Thing I learned number two, I'm 54 and a half right now. I can't eat like I'm 15. There's something inside the body called the gallbladder that will kick your fucking ass if you try. And I tried last Thursday night. Now, I haven't eaten since last Thursday night because to reset myself, I had a fast. So I've been on a complete fast. I finally had some coffee on Saturday.
I want you to keep going, but I want to get back to your fast. So just
okay. So I've been on a complete. I never intended to skip coffee altogether. I had been eating like such a pig that my stomach was upset. So I'm like, let me cut coffee out for a bit. The coffee wasn't the problem. It was eating too much every day that was a problem. I needed to get back to my fasting and my diet. And I needed to fucking fall down hard and land my face on the pavement to go, oh, I need to be doing this. And that's like, I literally only made it through with Advil. I took like 12 Advil in like a 12-hour period. It was unbelievable. I was dying. What?
When was this?
This was between Friday night to Saturday night.
Why all the ads? Oh, headaches?
Because of the withdrawal from the coffee and what was going on with my stomach from overeating. It was like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have, and I can tell you right now, I slept late. When you fast, you could sleep. I woke up this morning and it's like pitch black in the room, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's only 4:30 a.m. And I grab my phone, it's 8:30, and I'm like, oh fuck, I got to get up. It's like, oh wow, I usually can't sleep continuously through the night. So I have had more energy today. Now a little lightheaded. I did make homemade soup. It's on the stove. I put half an onion, some garlic. I make even soup like I'm Italian. There's oregano, parsley, basil. I got a in there and broccoli.
What about all those herbs and spices? It's in there.
It's in there. Yeah. There's going to be no more sucking the jelly out of a donut and putting chocolate in there. But I feel, I'm telling you, not only physically do I feel better, mentally, I feel like a completely different human being. Like I usually at work, I feel like I'm fucking trapped. I enjoyed the entire day. It didn't feel like work at all. And I did probably more call volume than I usually do. I even had to stay 15 minutes past, and that didn't fucking bother me.
Well, that's great.
Awesome.
Good job.
Before I started my diet, I was in, my feet would kill when I started walking upstairs. Everything was hurting.
Yeah.
Now that I've lost the weight, I'm in the gym every day. Honestly, I feel, 30 years younger.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And are you watching any of Dr. Berg's videos on YouTube about the gallbladder and fasting at all?
No, but I want to start watching that because I really don't want to have to end up ripping my own gallbladder out.
Yeah, he talks about that your main health is between your gallbladder and your liver. And it's great stuff. But so let me ask you about your fasting. So what are you eating when you fast? Now, because you do take in something. You have to take in fluid.
It was my homemade lemonade, which has got nothing, and it's been some coffee.
Okay.
Tonight it's going to be the soup that I made.
That's
very slow because I don't want to. I'm afraid to jump back in too fast after that pain that I went through and the discomfort. So I want to, but I want to get back to I want to get back to what I was doing with the keto chow during the week and then eating on the weekends. But now I realize, just because I made it to the weekend, I don't have to eat like it's not like a fucking party.
Right.
Just eat. Don't fucking overdo it. So I have to learn these lessons slow. I'm very fucking thick-headed. I'm an Italian from New York. That's very thick-headed.
For today, this is a normal day for me. I had a protein bar before I went to the gym. I had a gyro salad, which was just the gyro meat and lettuce with tzatziki sauce for lunch. That was around 4. Actually, like 4:30. I ended up. You remember Angelina that was on my show? That used to come on my show. My student.
Yep.
She graduated high school, and her friend Michaela's birthday was yesterday. We were supposed to go to the spa, but her mom wanted to take her out, so we went out to eat today there. And then I came home, and I'm like, should I eat? But actually, I prepped Cajun salmon, and I'm going to cook it when we're done with the show at 10 o'clock. That'll be.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Sounds
start
good.
doing too. I have a bag of chicken breast. I was finally able to get a bag of chicken breast on the black market because you can't buy real food anymore. I want to stock up on some salmon from Sam, and that's what I'll do. Like like tonight, it was just half a thing of the bone broth, chicken bone broth, a can of mushrooms, a half diced onion, some garlic because an Italian can't go without garlic.
Right.
And broccoli. That's all it's going to be. When I'm done tonight, I'll have that.
That sounds good. I'm coming over. I've been watching. It's funny because Krellbar asked me today if I've been watching anything on YouTube, and I'm telling him I watch a ton of cooking. I love that Guga Foods guy, but I've been also watching all these different Asian restaurants how they make their Szechuan green beans.
I love those.
And I watched one guy make it, and it was great. But what was interesting was he cooked it in water with a little oil. Then he cooked it in just a little bit of oil, but with garlic, onions. I'm gonna make it, and then the chili paste. It just looks
good.
Any oyster sauce at all? Or?
Yeah, hoisin.
Hoisin. Yep.
Hoisin.
Yeah,
Just a tablespoon of hoisin, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's and a little sesame oil. And you want to make anything East Asian, and garlic and ginger, exactly.
And how about mirin?
No, he didn't use any wine. No.
I mean, I
like the sesame oil with the mirin wine. I do.
Oh yeah.
Just to put things in context, last time I cooked was last Thursday. This is the night that I pigged out like a bastard. And what I made wasn't that it was unhealthy.
Let's hear it.
What I did is I take the muffin pans. You've seen it on Instagram. I make some sausage. I have some breakfast sausage. I make bacon. I put the what do you call that? Rice cauliflower with mushroom, and then I mix up the eggs and I make basically that in a muffin for each one. But I had like a handful of leftover sausage, a handful of leftover bacon. I glommed that. Then I'm like, well, I did all the cooking. I'm kind of full, but why would you cook and not eat it? So instead of just having 2, and each one's a muffin sized, I ate the whole fucking pan. And I even said to myself, you're going to fuck yourself up. And guess what? I didn't listen to my own fucking advice, of course.
Right.
But that night that I was cooking, I was barely able to stand up in the kitchen. I felt like I was dying. I'm running around now just 5 days later after fasting. I had to cook for Mikey last night, no problem. I've been running around work all day. I'm like, man, I just give me some of that astronaut paste. I'll never eat fruit again.
Let me ask you, what are you sweetening your lemonade with?
I absolutely love this stuff called Truvia.
Oh, okay, Truvia.
I get it from Sam's. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically stevia.
Stevia and erythritol.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's good. It's not. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, I use sometimes equal. Sometimes I use allulose.
How's the allulose?
How does that work in the allulose?
Honestly, I just feel it makes you. So I paused on it a little bit. I would say that it causes me to have more frequent meetings in the restroom.
People will get that with some of them.
Now, the thing that I loved about the
Same
Truvia,
thing with the erythritol.
and I think that's what it is with the Truvia. The reason I like the Truvia and use it was because I love cheese, but I'll eat myself to a point where there's a brick stuck. But I noticed, and I was like, there was one time months ago, I was like, I can't, I'm eating the cheese. I don't care. I'll pay for it. But nothing happened. And I'm like, what's going on? I was like, I've been using the Truvia in my coffee and my lemonade. And I noticed that stuff will help you with digestion.
Oh yeah. Well,
it
makes stuff go right through you. So I've gone through a bag, but now I'm paused on it because I figured I've known every cigar catalog front to back, including the Sweetwater catalog. And I'm like, am I spending too much time in this bathroom? Yes.
Yeah.
It's enough with the allulose. So I'm back on equal. Ricky Compton's asking about monk oil. The monk fruit, whatever that thing, is very similar to allulose.
Yeah, I like the monk fruit, the Lakanto sweetener. That's monk fruit mixed with erythritol.
Yeah.
It's a 1-to-1 with sugar, too.
Oh, Richard DeFalco says he had to go to the food bank today. Not used the food bank for years. Fresh food, ridiculously. Normal if you mess off a month.
It's crazy, the food prices.
Yeah, well, hey, there's no shame, Richard. Do what you got to do.
No.
Yeah,
Do what you and we all been there.
I spent $40 for that 10-pound bag of chicken. That was $23 a month and a half ago. And it took me 2 months to finally be able to get it because it was out of stock. Because, hey, don't want to say nothing, but how many food processing plants have mysteriously fucking been blown up?
Yeah, I started buying salmon by the pound. It's $10.99 here at this place called Market Basket, and it gives me 3 or 4 meals out of that pound. And I'm cutting my portions way down, so I'm not eating as much in general. And I have like a little salad with it. And by salad, I mean it's tiny, but just to give me the flavor. And then I eat an apple.
Yeah.
And it's been working. It's been
it's like, I'm sorry, Bill Gates, I don't want to fucking eat Soylent Green.
Right.
Yeah.
But the lemon
greenest people.
The lemon water, aka the lemonade, because I make both lemon water and lemonade. It really does. When you make it fresh, like you're taking reconstituted lemon juice, right? And then the bottle of lemon juice, and you're making that. It, other than not getting vitamin C, it's the same benefits as getting lemon. But I take vitamin C in capsules anyway. But
yeah, I take a multivitamin too, so I'm fine.
It really takes away all your bloat. You just feel great. You don't walk around bloated. You feel highly energetic. You feel, it's fantastic. I've never felt so good in my life.
Well, that's what I had done when instead of the coffee, I switched to green tea. But the way I make my green tea, it's like a hot green tea lemonade. It's the most delicious thing you'll ever taste.
Yeah.
But even still, you're talking about that much caffeine as opposed to that much, and the body wanting like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I drink a black cup of coffee every morning before I hit the gym. In fact, I drink it on the way to the gym. It gives me just enough. It's good. I like coffee. In particular, coffee. Not every coffee I like. In fact, most coffees I couldn't drink. But there's something about that coffee. The one that I sent you, Joe.
Down East roasted.
Yeah, that's good.
Such a nice Soylent Green is still. You're eating people, Elroy. You're eating people.
You're eating Edward G. Robinson.
Right. Where's your Messiah now?
Yeah.
In case anyone's wondering, I'm smoking a La Gloria Cubana.
Okay.
It's not a Cuban cigar, but it is I think it's Honduran. It's either that or Nicaraguan. But either way, it's very good. I enjoy these. Time for pizza and ginger ale. Sorry, Joe. Don't be sorry. He's not jealous.
That don't bother me. No, that don't bother me.
It's so funny because when people eat pizza, like I went someplace and everyone was eating junk food pizza and all that stuff. And I'm like, go have at it.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're going to feel like in a half hour, and I'm not going to feel like that. And that's why, I like enjoying smoking a cigar because, there's obviously nicotine or something in this. It elevates your heart rate. It relaxes you at the same time, but you feel like there's something about it that I enjoy.
Good. You feel good.
Tony has done it again. I feel good. Yeah. I feel good.
Geez, I need the crickets button tonight. I hear them in the background.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Is that what
Peat
that is?
frogs.
I'm like,
Peat
I
frogs.
walked my door like, what's that fucking noise?
Oh no, you see me sitting here and it looks like I'm in the garage. I'm literally a foot or two away from being outside of my driveway. And this is all woods. I would be like the other night I sat out here smoking a cigar. There was 2 huge deer staring at me across the street. They were like eating, and then they heard me and they were like just eyeballing me. I'm like, waving to them. And there's coyotes that'll walk by.
You're going to get bit by a stray dog during the live stream.
Yeah. Oh, you won't see stray dogs. You will see coyotes, and they look big and mean, but they don't even come up to you.
Listen,
Except
really hungry.
Except for this one charging me right now. No, I'm kidding.
Look at that one with the anvil.
Right.
It'll clock you on the head.
So what's new? What else is new with everybody? Anyone get any new gear?
You know you're barking up the wrong tree with me, but
Did you make any sales with guitars?
I have an electric gig coming a week from this Sunday, Father's Day. I'm playing a gig. They want the FM station, but Jimmy can't do it because he doesn't spend much time with his daughters, and Father's Day is a big deal for them. So Jimmy won't do it. So Emily's going to fill in, and we're going to add a bunch of Stones tunes that she likes. And it's only 2 sets, but it's a full paying gig for 2 sets. So I'm pumped. But because of it, I don't know if I can do a show next Monday because I may have a rehearsal because we do have to go over some of the tunes. But so it'll be the first time I'm taking out an electric rig in about 6 months, 5 months.
Now, normally you're sitting in with all the amps. What amp are you bringing?
I'm probably going to bring my Vox Night Train. It's small and loud. 15 watts is loud enough to play this place. It's like I'll bring my PA. Emily, if you're watching, you're probably going to have to come by here and grab my PA, and so I'm not driving with a PA and my gear in the car. I'll bring my gear up. You can bring the PA. And I'll bring that. I'll bring my small board with my which has my Duelist on it, which I love. And
now that outdoor show you did recently was good. The one with Emily.
That same venue, same
That
place,
was really nice.
Different area, but yeah, same place.
Max Josephson asked you a question about you smoking there. He says, "Do you inhale, Dave?"
No, you don't inhale cigars. If I inhaled, this show would. My channel would last another year before I drop dead. No, you don't. Hey, Mikey Newman, welcome. Oh, excellent! Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
The one thing I learned from back when I was still drinking is, I would get shit ass drunk and then I'd smoke cigarette because then it was like you were like high. But
sure.
The few times I did that with a cigar. It's like you would hear David Lee Roth saying, "Looks like you're looking for a whole lot of trouble," and I'd be spinning.
If you take your whiskey home, well, that in the nighttime gives me strange memories. Yeah, that song's on every day on Ozzy's Boneyard Deep Cuts.
Man. How about they go deeper and pick some new songs?
How about they go deeper and get off Fool for the City? I'm sitting there listening to it today. I'm like, how is Fool for the City a deep Ozzy cut? Ozzy's Boneyard, Fool for the City? Is there a good way to determine the right size amp for the venue? Yeah. So this venue, we played last week acoustic, and we didn't even play that loud. And I was like, can everyone hear us? And everyone was like, yeah, it sounds great. So that was kind of my gauge that they probably don't want a fucking band blasting the place out. Because otherwise I'd bring like a half stack, which I'll not bring. Or I would bring my Mesa single rectifier. Usually I'd bring my Hot Rod Deluxe. But for something like this, I'm fine with just bringing the 15 watts is loud. First of all, you have to understand 15 watts RMS compared to 30 watts RMS is almost the same fucking volume. There's not a lot of difference. I forget what the dB is, but like people think like there's a big difference between a 50 watt and a 100 watt amp. There really isn't. The headroom is a little different, and you'll feel the headroom, but volume wise, no fucking way. 50 watt will do what anything 100 watt will do.
Yeah, annoy the neighbors and kill them, and they'll come and kill me.
Drive everybody in the bar nuts and have them want to kill you.
Yeah, Ricky, I have a chest freezer too. That's whenever anything's on sale, I stock up on my meats. And
you guys don't have the walk-in meat locker in your living room?
I should have one.
If I did, Yeah, there is a walk-in locker in my house. It's my
Have a
bedroom.
guy hanging on a hook.
The AC's been running. It's I forget it.
Do you remember the TV show Get a Life with Chris Elliott?
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah.
He had the walk-in freezer in his living room, and somebody comes over and goes, "Oh, you guys got the walk-in freezer in the living room? I thought about doing that." It's like the most absurd. Yeah, 50 watts can get loud. It's loud as 100 watt. I mean, you're talking about minimal amount of decibels. Your ears are going to bleed either way. So 15 watts is loud enough to do any gig. I mean, obviously, you're not going to play a fucking arena with 15 watts, but you could play them mostly. You could play most rooms with 15 watts if you're not looking for all kinds of headroom. And I don't need the headroom. If I play clean, I can just stomp on my compressor and it pulls a lot of the signal out, and I'll play clean. But the set really isn't anything clean. So,
are you with a band, or is it just you electric?
Full band. It's FM station without Jimmy singing, with Emily singing in place.
Okay.
I didn't want it. Well, the guy was like, "I need you to do this gig," and I'm like, "Jimmy can't do it." He's like, "Can you get someone else to?" I'm like, "I'll have Emily."
Get Emily.
So, yeah, she could sing, and she could sing all the. When we first started the band, we wanted to do a bunch of Stones tunes like "Happy" and "Tumbling Dice," and she wants to do those. So we're like, "Here we go. We got those two in there." And because FM usually when we go out, we do 30 to 35 tunes a night. 36, I think we do 12 song sets. This one we only have to do 10 song sets, and we're only doing 2 sets, so 20 tunes. To me, it's like a walk in the park. Plus, they feed us, and no way go live. I'll go live. Yeah, no, I'll do that one live. That's Father's Day. That'll be probably the next time I go live, because I just, when I'm playing like at Martini's the other night, I didn't want to go live. And it was a good thing too, because like on breaks and stuff, it's just easy to socialize and not deal with equipment everywhere and stuff. And people always looking at the camera going, "What's going on?" and talking over it. I'm like, I know everyone likes to watch it, but not everyone, because I'm only getting about 500 to 700 views. Yeah, Max. Yeah, she can sing. So it'll be cool. It'll be good. I haven't played with the guys in a long time, and so they were all excited to play again. They're like,
Well,
I think it was nice. The bass player called me. He goes, "Look, I'm looking forward just to play with you again." I'm like, "Awesome." It's because they've been playing. We do FM station. The other guys in the band do XM station. They have another person that comes in and they do gigs while we do our AM gigs.
all right. So it's going to be a Father's Day gig.
Yeah, the 19th.
I got to get an encore of Wasps Fuck Like a Beast then.
Did I ever tell you my Randy Piper story?
I don't know.
I know you've told a couple of them.
You've mentioned him before.
Yeah, he was a student of yours.
Yeah. And one time he mentioned a couple of Wasp tunes. He was playing them. He's like, "Hey, remember this one?" He's playing it. I'm like, "No." He goes, "Oh, this one." He's like, "It's Love Somebody." I'm like, I don't know your band."
Oh man.
I remember the. You know what? In fact, the other day I heard, I think, "Love Somebody" on Ozzy's Boneyard Deep Cuts, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Or there's a song where he's like, something where he has to take a horse to L.A.
Blind in Texas.
Blind in Texas.
Blind in Texas, I fucking love. That's probably my favorite song by them.
Yeah, it's a good song. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was what they were about."
But you know what made the whole band is Blackie Lawless's vocals. It just he could scream a hole through metal.
Yeah,
right.
It's gargling on razor blades.
I'll tell you what song I fucking hate is Hellraiser, the Lemmy version, and the
Ozzy. You've probably heard it a billion times.
It's on every day.
Yeah.
Hold on, getting a message.
It's actually a soundtrack for Hellraiser 3.
The song is just. Oh, it's just. It's just. Oh, can't do it. Ace of Spades is on all the time too, which I love. I can never get enough of Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
The Aces. And you know what? I loved the album, The Iron Fist, and I never hear anyone ever play a song off that album. It was the follow-up to Ace of Spades. I think it's better than Ace of Spades as an album. Although there isn't a track on Iron Fist that's as good as Ace of Spades. Although Iron Fist is a good song. Don't forget the saw blade cod piece.
Yeah.
That was Blackie.
Throwing meat out into the audience.
I told my neighbor whose kids were running around earlier, I'd have him on the show sometime. He's big into, in fact, if you look him up, if someone could look him up, Krell, put his YouTube channel up there. His name's Adam Mantell, Mantell. And he plays acoustic stuff, but we've been talking metal. He's bringing me back to like, we've been talking about we had a discussion the other day. It was like 45 minutes on what's your favorite Judas Priest tune. And we were breaking down the errors of Judas Priest first before we could.
I don't think this is the one I'm looking for.
Acoustic?
Is it an Asian guy?
No.
No. Okay.
ADAM and then MANTEL. Maybe 2 L's?
I did 2 L's before, so. Sure.
Now, I fell in love with a guitar yesterday that I never thought I would fall in love with because of season 4 of Stranger Things. Now, I'm not going to say anything about what went on in season 4. I don't spoil things. But there's this character who's a metalhead. It takes place, first of all, it's already in my heart. It takes place in 1986, which is the year I graduated. I got my tassel up there, which is the same colors as their school colors, the green and gold.
That was mine.
Really?
Oh, no, mine was green and white.
Mine was blue and white.
So mine. Eddie's a metalhead, and he's in a metal band. And at one point, they show him.
Kev Cassidy, when you get a chance, type in the name of the song. I want to know what it was. Go ahead.
So Mikey knows what I'm getting to. He goes in his room, and he's got his guitar hanging up. And sure enough, it's a fucking BC Rich. Now, I always hated them because they're so over the top, obvious metal. And when I saw this on the show, I rolled my eyes, laughed, and said, well, that figures. Guess what? Now, BC Rich put that guitar out as a Stranger Things guitar. They have 2 versions. The custom shop for $5,000. They can jam stick that, you know where, with that other guitar. But the other version is, the street version is $8.99. I'm telling you, if I saw that on Zounds, that would be on my way to my house right now.
I want to see a jazz guitar player play like a BC Rich, a bitch, or something absurd like they were always so over the top. Okay, just put the link, guys. If you could add him, he's probably going to come on the show sometime soon. We're going to be. Good guy, but if you guys could follow him, he needs subs.
Oh,
I need a sub.
Well, now he's got 5. I lost 2. I'm down to 114. And the only reason there wasn't a 1 year later episode of my vlog is I was dying.
Oh,
but there are new vlogs coming.
What's funny is I haven't posted shit lately. I've been trying to take some time off from recording and whatnot, and my numbers are like my subs are going up faster now that I'm not posting. I'm like, are you shitting me?
But I did notice one thing. My video now with the most views is the last one I posted, which was 10 months later, has 67 views. That's not a lot, but for me, they only average about 40 or 50. So I'm like, okay.
I think, Joe, if you started talking, like your channel would boost, like, if you started talking about your diet as well, because I think people are really interested in the whole journey, not just the hits.
Well, you know what it is? I had to get right in the head like I am now. I had to get back on the fasting because there's a lot of depression going on. There was a lot of aggravation, a lot of frustration, but my mental state now, I don't care. Like, it's literally my old Friday motto. I don't care what you throw at me. It's Friday. And right now it's like, I don't care what you throw at me. I'm fasting. I could deal with whatever the fuck it is. You know, why bitch and complain about it if you still have to deal with it? Just deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
And I honestly think a lot of what has to do with our mood and, of course, our health is what we're putting in our body.
100%.
And I always had an old saying. I would tell people, I says, here's the easy way to tell if it's good for you. If God made it, it's good. If man fucked with it, that's different. You're going to get milk from a cow and all that stuff. But once you put that together into ice cream, you're going to have trouble.
So you're saying smoke marijuana then?
I'm sure that in certain quantities, that's healthy as well.
Hey, listen,
it has medicinal properties.
You take care of your body, you take care of your mind. Look, we're above ground for a limited time. We got a limited time on here, and you never know when they're going to call your number.
Exactly.
Just make sure you're having a good time and then you're enjoying your life and you're not, live with no regret. That's all I say. Just do whatever you got to do. I'm having a good time.
I'm having a great time right now.
Yeah.
They called my number a few weeks ago, and when they did, I said, yeah, pound of corned beef, pound of cheese.
The pound of cheese was your jokes. No, but seriously, you don't know how long you got. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking play your guitar. Have fun playing guitar. I just have a whole new outlook. It's just,
But if you eat right, you're going to get that energy as well. Like in my head all day today, all I could think of was stuff I want to do and accomplish and get done. I had none of that. I literally had none of that.
I wake up like 9 or 10 in the morning. I watch some YouTube shit, and then I'm downstairs brewing a coffee, getting the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
Hello, me. Meet the real me. That's sweating bullets. So I mean, it's all good. It's all good. And I've been playing far more acoustic. I really electrics. I don't really pick up that much. But it's good. It's good. Today I was back to being stronger in the gym, and which is good. I put up 120-pound dumbbells for 4 reps this time instead of 3 from weeks ago. So that was good. And then heavy flies, and cardio. And
Still doing 2 hours of cardio a day?
Just doing an hour.
That's good.
I picked it back to an hour a while ago, but today what I did was I moved it was funny because the last month I've been doing 3.8 miles per hour, and I am getting off that thing soaked, and it's like hard to do. And I'm like, my heart rate's at 150 and my calories were like at 650. Today I did 12 incline. I dropped the speed to 3.6. The first 10 minutes were easy. After that, I was dying, and my calories were like 700. So I was like, all right, this is better. It was over 700. I was like, this is much more calories burned. I could feel it in my core more. Like my stomach was like just hard as a rock the whole time I went, because you're at that angle where it just kills you. But, whatever you do, the stair. Make yourself happy, make yourself happy, folks.
Stair climbing? They have the motorized stair climbers.
They have them there,
like
but
escalator.
I use the treadmill, and people tell me like, oh, you know what? I like to walk outside. You know what? When you walk outside, you're the boss. You see a bird, you see a dog shitting, you can stop, you can look around. When you're on the treadmill, that treadmill's the boss.
Yeah, you don't control the hills.
You can't slow the fuck down. We're doing this till the end. We're doing this till you hit your goal. And you're going to watch fucking Charles Payne on Fox Business. Thank you.
That'll make time go by real quick.
I love it. So Ricky Compton has a Charvel San Dimas USA custom shop, Warren DiMartini. Did I ever tell you what was the funny thing about the San Dimas, why they call it the San Dimas and the whole San Dimas thing? Do you know the original Charvels were not made in San Dimas?
Where were they made?
Glendora.
Really?
The problem was the P.O. box was across the street for the company. And the P.O. box is in San Dimas because they're on the line.
Oh my goodness.
The actual factory that Charvel was in is in Glendora.
And San Dimas sounds better than, hey, I got a Glendora.
Well, it does.
Sounds like Glen or Glenda, like Ed Wood.
Because they used to say
Glendora,
California, because that was the address of the P.O. box of the post box. But literally, they were in Glendora. Grover had told me that when I worked with Grover a while back. And then they moved to Ontario,
Really?
Ontario, California.
Oh, okay.
There's an airport out there. Yeah, it's like east on the 10. Ontario's out by like Fontana and Rancho Cucamonga.
I actually have a new guitar in my possession. A friend of mine gave it to me to sell. It's a Jackson V.
Let's see it.
Oh, pull it
Yeah, I'll
out.
pull that out. It's a Japanese one. I was trying to nail down exactly what model it was. I did get the year down to 2009.
Oh, so it's fairly new. I always like the early 90s, the professional series, Japanese Jacksons. Those were nice. I had 2 of them at one point.
There we go. Well, it's like you're in the middle of the woods with all I hear frogs and crickets. Hey, 6-string Brian, how you doing?
Brian, anything at NAMM? Nah, gear doesn't interest me anymore. Like, I have guitars. If I want to play, it's people, people like, oh, this new guitar came out. My guitars are so stylized for my playing that I don't care. And I have amps. And I'm not really thinking about any pedals. And yeah, I'm at a point. Like, I think I would buy the Collider, which is a reverb delay pedal. I forget who makes it, but let me know when you're going to put it on, so I'll make you whole screen. Your
already.
His audio's off.
It's on now.
All right, very good. Here you go. You're going to make your whole screen. Go ahead. Show the guitar.
Let me see that.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go. Nice flame maple blue.
Recessed Floyd.
Yep.
Is it a Floyd or is it a T? Oh, no, it's a Floyd.
that's
It's
a
a Floyd.
Floyd.
Yeah. It's a Floyd.
One knob, volume only, right? No tone, only volume.
Yeah. Guitar sounds better that way.
That's nice.
So where are the
Oh,
locking
there's
nuts?
a chip at the end.
The locking nuts?
Are they on there?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're off. Oh, they are. Okay. Let me see the chip at the end.
Yeah. See,
Oh, okay.
no,
Of course, there's a chip.
oh, I'm
which
not even
end?
talking about that end. I guess there's one on each end. Well, there's one.
Oh, nice.
All right.
And the
Yeah,
chip
that
on
one
the
I
headstock, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pickups does it have?
Seymour Duncan, I don't know what kind they are. I'm guessing they're not stock. I'm guessing the guy that put it in.
What year is
He
that?
probably put. He was a Dave Mustaine fan. He was actually a blues player, but he was a big Dave Mustaine fan. So I'm guessing he may have put a JB or a 59 in there or something. No, maybe not one of the shred ones.
Hello, me. Meet the real me. Yeah, but you know what? The JB and the 59 are decent for metal stuff. The JB I don't care for
Oh,
much.
Speak for Hire. Thanks. He says it's a Rhodes RXMG.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what
made in
year
Japan.
what year is that?
Well, I'm on Facebook Marketplace. I set the price at like 600.
All right, folks. We're taking orders.
Yeah. Or
What
did I
year
set
is
it
that?
at
What year is
650?
that?
But anyways, it comes with the original pickups as well, and a Levy's guitar strap. It's, a friend of mine used to play it all the time.
The Levy's guitar strap, folks. That is a $25 value.
Not with all the sweat in it.
Guitar strap is Marvel.
Oh, that's
I've
nice.
Right?
I've got a couple of those.
I have all Marvel strap. Everyone. Oh, there's the Hulk. I'm watching Hulk. It's going to be on tonight after the show.
Oh yeah.
Are you watching it on Tubi or what do you watch it
No,
on?
I'm joking because you always play that thing in the beginning.
Oh. I don't know if you watched it. You know what's funny? As I popped on Facebook last night. There was nobody on, and I could see Lou Ferrigno was like my only friend with a light on. I was like, "Ooh, should I ask him to come on?" I'm like, nah. Drive him nuts.
Hello, Lou.
Goodbye, Lou.
Goodbye, Lou.
And in fact, messaged me today was Tim Kimber. You guys remember when Tim came on? Tim said he was going to reach out to.
Was that the guy with Reverend? Wait, was it the pedal guy or Reverend Guitars guy?
Oh, Tim was the Gold's Gym guy.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy. He's working on some songs. He had a question if I could look at some stuff in Logic Pro. I'm like, I don't have Logic. He's like, oh. I should have mentioned to him if he could reach out to Louis again, just because I think he's got his phone number instead of me hitting him up on Facebook going, what the hell's Dave bugging me for? Just being honest, right? Well, you ever notice sometimes when you message someone you haven't messaged, like it takes forever for the message to go through on Facebook. It used to just go through. Now it's like seems like an arm in a day or something. People don't notice. And then like, oh, you messaged me? Like, fuck it. Getting good money for the Japan Jackson Professional Series. Yeah, I like those. They were like 91, 92, Ricky.
Now let me ask you a question. I'm going to make an observation. The viewership is jumping tonight. Maybe it's because we're an hour earlier. What do you think about starting at 8 normally?
I like 8 better.
I'm that fine too, because that gives me time to do something afterwards.
Well, I have time to eat. And what I like is because I can smoke a cigar during the show. I'm enjoying the hell out of the show tonight.
Yeah.
You know, usually I'm in that room and it's like, you know, it's fine, but I just feel like a prisoner. Here I'm like, I got the, you know, it's beautiful. I can hear, you guys hear the train now going by? I don't even know where the fuck a train is around here, but I can hear a train.
You know what, Ricky? Forget about the Mexican strats. Those classic vibes are amazing. My classic vibe that I bought that I've shown before is better than my Mexican strat.
So Jan invited me in Facebook to the Stratocaster group. And I've been enjoying watching the posts. I'm really not interacting. But one thing I noticed was people are like, here's my made in Mexico strat. Like, why do you have to say it's made in Mexico strat? Just say it's your strat. It's a beautiful guitar. Who gives a fuck where it was built? If it was Jose and Corona or Jose B down in fucking
Jose and Jose B.
No, but seriously, I was like, why do we care that it's made in Mexico? If you pulled out like the Sting bass, you know, the that 55 P bass, if you said here's my Sting bass, you have to say here's my made in Japan Sting. It's who cares? It's a Fender fucking Sting bass. Who gives a shit where it was built?
Yeah. Well, especially nowadays, it's all cut out by the machines, and the machine programmed over here cut it out in the machine. It's the same fucking program cutting the wood out.
Yeah, and the Mexican strats are fine. They're fucking great. And if you don't like,
it's all about the quality control.
If you don't like the neck, buy a Plymouth neck and sell the neck. That's what I do.
And that's why Japan will kill us making guitars. It's like because their quality control is through the roof compared to ours.
Yeah, but look, the guitars coming out of Indonesia are amazing.
Oh, those are really good.
Right? The guitars that I've bought that came out of South Korea were all amazing.
Well, all those Asian companies are all implementing Six Sigma now. I mean, like, Japan came up with it.
What is that? Is that like
that's
Executive Order 66 where they killed all the Jedi?
Well, it's the whole quality management protocol. It's like,
look, I mean, Jamie and Ricky, I played
analysis.
I played a ton of USA strats. I sold 1 billion of them. I sold 1 million fucking custom shop strats. Some are set up great, some are set up terrible. You can make anyone, whether it's a custom shop, a Mexican. You take a Mexican strat for me and you put a Warmouth neck, like a big boat neck, or the Clapton V-neck, and I can make that thing play better than any custom shop. Just give it the proper setup. But they're fucking strats. It's the same fucking CNC. Yeah, sometimes they're using a cheap bridge. Buy a new bridge. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, again, we talked about Jim Lill, right? The guy that does those things. He even shows the bridge. I don't care if the bridge is made out of fucking plastic or metal. It's all going to sound good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as the tension is there and you have the right tension, it's fine.
Okay. I got to make two comments about two videos you recommended I finally watched. One, I watched the Jim Lill video. So you're telling me that the difference between a fucking styrofoam cabin, I was like, oh, someone's gonna make that guy disappear. The styrofoam amp cabinet sounded just as good as the $1,200 cabinet he was playing out of as well.
He's funny as piss.
Oh, that was a great video. And that other video, that $100 solid state Yamaha he was comparing to the $10,000, 10 grand Marshall.
Sounded better.
Holy shit! It sounded a billion times better.
And I don't understand why some company doesn't go and take that schematic from that fucking Yamaha and stop producing that amp again.
Right, deconstruct this,
namely
thing
Yamaha,
and make it just like that, but a little bit better.
Look, Friedman, I forget the guy's name that begins with an M. All these people who are making knockoff 1959 Marshalls, you can't fucking, some company can't sit there and go, hey, let's make that fucking Yamaha solid state amp again. Thing sounded fucking awesome. It doesn't make any sense. Instead, they're like,
they don't want to invest in it because, there's that whole tube magic mantra out there. You've got to sell the solid state on public. There, it's like you're going to have the tube snobs.
Go. Jan already, Jorg, what's it?
I'll put the link in the chat, Elroy. Let me go. I know I have it in my history.
Well, let's put it this way. If it was such a great amp from the early 80s, why didn't it take off? Because everyone's like, oh, it's solid state.
Right, but that's the problem, and no one gave it a chance. Now, Johan has done a video that has 1 million views. If you came out and said, here's the fucking same amp as that, people would buy it. He did the marketing work for you. Yeah. But people are like, we got to find the next best thing. The guy did it. He did the work already.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing smokes, that Marshall, especially because you could take it to a gig and not give a shit. Thing weighs fucking 2 pounds. I love the sound of my Mesa single rectifier. Forget about the dual rectifier. Dual rectifier is great, but the single rectifier combo is amazing. 85 pounds with a single 1x12? Fuck you, Mesa. That thing's not leaving my room.
I had a Mark IV combo. It's almost 100. Had one.
It's absurd. Like, what are you guys making this from the petrified forest? What the fuck wood is this?
It's a transformer too. It's like they put huge transformers in those.
I mean, it's huge tracts of land. Jan saying he had a 69 min Strat, sucked, and that's why it never. No one. Yeah, there was someone. I had a guy who used to come into my shop. He had brought in his 56 Strat. This thing didn't have any paint left on it. It was completely worn. I played it. I'm like, this thing plays beautifully. He goes, why do you think it's so worn? It's the only guitar he plays. It's like, you see a nice Strat, he's like, that thing's in need of a setup or it just sucks. And what are you going to do? Buy a 69 Strat that's mint and then say, you know what, the pickup's below. Let me change the pickups? No, because that takes out the value of the instrument. That's why I'm not into the whole, collecting instrument stuff. If you find stuff, obviously, Jan's found some really gorgeous old instruments that he likes. I mean, that's nice to have, but in all honesty,
Elroy, the whole fret sprout thing due to humidity changes, that is true. But I find that it's kind of a fallback because there's been import guitars around since the 80s, since the 70s, whatever. But in the 80s, never had a problem with the fret sprout. I never did. It's because they're using that as a crutch because it's like a shortcut on that quality thing. They just send it out with the fret sprout and say, oh, we can blame it on the humidity. The way you can check that is if you got fret sprout, you can actually put it in a humidified room and let the wood grow a little bit around that. If that doesn't correct the fret sprout, that means they didn't do that quality job. And I hear crickets or peep frogs or whatever.
We're getting to the point where I don't think. Do you think we'll ever get to the point where the brand name doesn't mean anything anymore? Because I keep seeing these guys on YouTube, they'll get a guitar off of Amazon right out of the box, and it's just beautiful. Right? And they're even taking it apart, saying, I figured this would have shitty pickups, but these are really good. I wouldn't even change them.
Yeah.
What's
funny? Years ago, the Kramer Berettas came out back in the 80s. Everyone was taking out those pickups and putting Seymour Duncans in it. And the pickup is called the Schaller. I think it's like the 15. I forget what they call it. That Schaller pickup's way better than anything Seymour Duncan's ever made. And these people are taking them out and putting Duncans in. I'm like, You guys are fucking mental.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, those Harley Benton humbucking pickups, the one that's in the Pete Thorne one, the Alnico 5s. That's, I thought, maybe I'll play it and need to change it. Don't need to change it at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's something Grover Jackson used to do. Was Grover Jackson never wanted his guitars to come back to have fret sprout, so he would always cut the fret short and then use wood filler. He would cut the time short and use wood filler, so it would hold the fret in, but you would never have fret sprout.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of things that if you don't dry out the wood properly, too, you're supposed to dry out the wood properly before you put the frets in too. And a lot of
everyone cuts 6 to 8%, but there's nothing you can do if you're cutting 6 to 8% in California and you send it to Massachusetts in the summertime, and then in the wintertime when it drops down to like 0, there's nothing you can do. There's going to be fret sprout. There's nothing you can do. How well you dry it out.
I've never had problem with fret. Well, the only ones I had problems with fret sprout is if they showed up on my doorstep.
I've never had a guitar after a winter that doesn't have fret sprout. Once it's fixed, though, I never get it back. I take it to this guy down in that we call the devil. The devil.
You mentioned the devil last week when that other guy came on the show.
Yeah, the devil gets rid of all my fret sprout on my guitars. I'll call him up and be like, "I got fret sprout." He's like, "Bring it down," but it's never the same guitar. Always a different guitar. He does a great job getting rid of it. Because if you get rid of it while there's fret sprout, that means the wood's at its driest, and it'll never get to that point again. Yeah. So that's what's good about it.
Well, I've got the tools for that. I've got that file you put on the edge to get the rough edge out there. I've got the fine file to round it out.
Right.
I got sick of having it taken care of. Get a new guitar in, has fret sprout, then I'd have to take it to my guy and charge me money for it. I said, I'll just buy the friggin' tools for it. It's not rocket science. And the good thing is that file, that wooden, with the file attachment that you rub up and down the neck, a good effect on that is, especially on Fenders, it rolls the fingerboard a little bit too, because it may just take a hair bit of wood off.
It'll get eaten up by stainless though.
Now, when you
probably will.
The necks now that are the roasted maple, you don't have to worry about that, right? Because it's supposed to be like it won't be subject to the humidity as much.
Much less.
A lot more stable.
I like the way they look. I don't have a one with a roasted neck, but I love the way they look.
I never had one.
I guess I'll get one with a roasted neck after I get the Stranger Things BC Rich.
I was I love it. I was in Walmart today. They had marshmallows with chocolate in the center.
That's like the reverse mallow cup,
right?
So I guess if
you ever take a marshmallow with chocolate in the center, you suck out the chocolate and fill it.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Oh, get the honey.
Wow, mallow cups. I haven't had one of those in ages.
I don't like anything with chocolate and marshmallow, except this. No, you know what's funny is I hate s'mores, but I found these Power Crunch bars, s'mores flavored, that are absolutely fantastic.
It doesn't taste like a s'more, but it tastes good.
It tastes way better than s'mores.
Yeah, Harley Benton's were putting out the roasted necks too.
Yeah,
I know Steve had a really nice one that they sent them. It was like the top of the line Super Strat style.
The last few shows he's been playing Stoner Shark, which that Vola is beautiful.
I tell you what, when I went over his house and I played his Volas, I mean, they are beautiful guitars. They're just, I didn't find them to be set up very well for I thought the net was need to be lowered a little bit. And the action wasn't as smooth, but his best playing guitar that I've played over there is his Kramer. That white
one
Kramer.
He got?
That one he got. Back in 2019.
What Kramer is it? 80s Kramer or a new one?
It's the old one. SM1 Stage Master.
Oh yeah, that's an 80s.
Yeah, it's an 80s, but they brought it back. It's okay. But they discontinued that line. That's the one that he had just when they discontinued before they came out with the new line of Stage Masters. That thing plays like butter. Yeah, I was surprised. The Vola, I thought, didn't play as well as that.
What about Crazy Joe Davola?
He can kick you in the head.
I'm afraid of clowns. Are you? Welcome, Johnny Kramer. A buddy of mine. So I went to go see a buddy of mine last night. He hosts karaoke, and he's like, "Can I drop 4 guitars off to you? And how fast can you set them up?" I'm like, "If I'm feeling lazy, it's going to be at least a day." He started laughing. I'm like, "I can bang it out in an hour, do all 4, but if I'm lazy, I'll stretch it out and do them over a day."
Yeah, that's new strings, intonation, and
just making sure. I mean, the way it sounds, he just wants to make sure the intonation's set. It might not need it, but one of them's a Floyd, so it's just it might need some tweaking. I'd have to see it and set it up.
That is what I hate the most is setting up intonation on a Floyd.
Awful.
Which is the reason why once I got set up when I used to play 9s on my Saber, my 91 Saber, I went to 10s on all my other guitars. I said, F that. I am not switching to 10s on that. I'm not setting that up again. I mean, it's set up perfectly.
Yeah. It's funny. I set up this guy's guitar. Did I tell you? I think I told you that story. I set up this guy's guitar with 9s. He told me he hated it. And he took it to another shop, and the guy was like, "Who did this?"
Yeah, you said that last time.
It's friggin' beautiful.
I saw him last night too. But the thing is, he says to me, he's mainly an acoustic player. I'm like, if you told me that, I would have put 11s on that for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I didn't like it. Playing acoustic because I play in a telephone pole.
Pansy had fret sprouts. Yeah, I know. Squire, I was thinking of roasted Brussels sprouts when you guys were talking about roasted necks.
Roasted Brussels sprouts?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oven roasted. I make it in the air fryer. Awesome. You just put some avocado or olive oil on it. You see, and salt and pepper would do fine. And you just fry it up at 400 for like 10 minutes. I chop them in half, though, especially if they're really large. I tell you, the air fryer I thought was a gimmick when it first came out. I go, it's a mini convection oven. That's what it is, but it's such a small controlled area. And I was fighting it off, and my ex at the time was saying, "Oh, I want one so bad." And I said, "You can do it in the oven." And I was making wings in the oven. I said, "This is great. This is great."
Yeah.
And I broke down. I bought one. I go, "Yeah, this is a bit greater."
Yeah. I used mine last night. I got a Power XL. I had gotten it, every now and then you see these deals. I got it off of eBay. And it's brand new. It's basically someone opens it and I don't like this, brings it back when they can't sell it as new.
Yeah.
So it was like $200 when it first came out. I got it for $60.
Nice.
I used it last night to cook Michael's dinner. The thing is amazing.
Kasoris are good too. And yet I got mine for $89. And that's like a 5.6 quart, 6 quart almost. And it's square shaped, not round, because that's the most.
Yeah, that's what I got. The square
thing. Yeah, because it's so stupid. You can't fit it. It's round. You got so much wasted space in there that you could be using.
I like when Joe posts his food stuff. Hey, real quick, I just want to say hi to my friend Jen. She said she was watching. Say hi to Jen, guys.
Hello, Jen.
Hey, Jen. How's it going?
What is that, a woodpecker up there?
Woody?
Or somebody building a fort in my tree.
Treehouse. It's the neighbor's kid.
Exactly. Can you hear all that? It sounds like these frogs. They set you
frogs.
I imagine Ray Milland is in my backyard. You guys ever see the Ray Milland called Frogs with
yeah.
With a freshly shaved, what was that actor's name who's in the Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott has no mustache or beard in it. He's like clean shaven. It's a very young Sam Elliott in Frogs.
And I tell you, that contributes to the horror because everyone think he's such all the women are like, "Oh, he's such a masculine, good-looking guy." And most women I know, they see Sam Elliott without the facial hair and go, "Oh my god, he looks like a goon." Grow the beard back.
The dude
I
about
actually had it like a few weeks ago. I had a dream where I was looking at myself in the mirror, and now I was thinner and had no facial hair. And I'm
Thinner.
like, am I going to be getting thin and shaving all the shit off my face? What did I do?
No, keep that beard.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah.
That's a
The
good
stupidest
beard.
thing I ever did is I had gone like, got my hair done, whatever. My friend took me and they did like, they did it like perfect and all that. And I was trying to keep it up like that. And I went literally, this is fucking stupid. I'm a reader at Sunday Mass at church. And I went to shave it and I messed up on either side here. And I ended up with a Hitler mustache. And I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't go up to it would have literally been like out of Seinfeld.
Oh,
Right.
Right when the guy, what's his name?
just glad you're not at a synagogue.
Shit.
I had to shave everything. I said, everyone's like, why'd you shave everything? When I told them the story, they're like, only you.
Right.
Braun
you went-
makes a good
Average you were like,
shaver.
wait.
Yeah, that's what's a Gilbert Gottfried.
Exactly. He was
down in Brazil, and I say, "Hey, take this picture for me." So
Right.
it's like, just as they're taking the picture, Adolf Hitler walks by, and I go, "Wait, don't take the picture."
wait. Yeah. But Joe is talking about Mr. Pitt. We will take Poland by the spring.
Yeah. And
Mr. Pitt?
our expenses will be low, but our profits will be high.
Then Mr. Pitt was in Army of Darkness.
I'm eating a candy bar. What are you eating with your hands? I'm having George, what are you doing? I'm eating a dessert. What do you eat with your hands? By the way, let me just show you
And
guys.
at the end, everyone in the diner is eating it with a knife and a fork in the lane. Like, what's wrong with you people?
By the way, this is the greatest. I get these at Walmart. It's red, white, and blue pop. It's 0-calorie flavored water, but it tastes like a rocket pop.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh wow!
At
Oh, I
Walmart,
love rocket pops.
the bottle, no
Like a
calories, no
rocket pop.
caffeine. It tastes just like a rocket pop.
I never saw that flavor. I've gotten those before, but I've got
Yeah,
the other
red,
flavors.
white, and blue pop. Yeah, it's great. It's new, so. I bet you the marshmallows with the chocolate. Thank you. All right, this cigar, I like this cigar. This La Gloria Cubana, really good.
Mild.
No, you would not like it.
Yeah, so that'll have me roaming around.
Something happened to me a couple of weeks ago where people, like, I bought a bunch of cigars and people were like, "Oh, that's really hot. That's really harsh. That one's really full-bodied and strong." So I was like, "Oh, did I fuck up and get like not good cigars?" And then I smoke them. I'm like, "This fucking thing is smooth as hell. What are they talking about?" And then you hear Don over at White Ash. He's like, "Yeah, you lost your taste buds. You're smoking heavier cigars and they're light to you now." I'm like, so this to me, it is a light, but you won't find it light.
How about those Oscars? That was mild to me.
The Corojos are fantastic.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
wicked mild.
You don't smoke cigars, do you, Joe?
No, I haven't since college.
Yeah. It's nice. It's good. Nice.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys know, but CVS is having a sale. No, I'm just joking. They're having a midnight sale on Kotex pads and Gold Bond powder.
And Philly's blunts.
It's a running joke.
Yeah, I got a delivery coming this Wednesday from Guitar Center.
I got a delivery coming from Famous Smoke Shop.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
So is it a surprise,
mine's
Joe?
nothing. What?
I say, is it a surprise or something you can
No,
tell
it's
us?
how they have the daily pick. They had the Hercules guitar wall hangers.
Hercules.
You get two of them.
Hercules.
You save like $40. So I picked up 6 of them in the other room that was my bedroom that the ants drove me out of. I'm gonna put them on the wall so I hang my guitars because all my guitars are on these shitty stands right over here. I got no room in this room.
Right. I think these insects and frogs are they're forming a rebellion.
It is. It's unbelievable.
Insect and frog rebellion.
Backyard. That's not even out here. Like out here, it's dead quiet. That's all from the back.
Oh, okay. So it's not even from the open door. It's coming from the.
Oh, it's coming from my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like here, there's nothing going on out here, except for that wolf looking at me funny. No,
Yeah, they're all in that pool back there you described that hasn't been used in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think you should open up a Schmidt's Gay and get it going again.
It's gonna be a good summer. Oh God, Chris Farley was the greatest, isn't he?
Oh, he was awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm a big dumb animal.
Oh,
Well, David said he's a big dumb animal, isn't he?
great. Richard, don't run away from your feelings. You know, I think if I got one softbox for the garage, I would be good because I'm dark, obviously here.
Yeah.
But one softbox, I think, would be good. Boy, this side of my car looks really good. The other side needs some work. This side of my car looks good. I got a new windshield on Wednesday because they wouldn't pass me for inspection. So I'm like, I couldn't get into the windshield place to Safe Flight till the 1st. So I'm like, all right, well, and then I went and got inspected. This guy's got my car on a jack. He's walking around my car with a flashlight. I'm like, dude, I have an easier time crossing the Mexican border. What the fuck are we doing here? Inspect my fucking car. Brand fucking new still. It rides perfect. There's nothing. I mean, if you saw it, you'd be like, what the hell's this guy? And then they were like, you're going to need tires at some point. I go, yeah, that's how a fucking car works.
yeah, exactly. At some point.
At some point, we all need to get something. We're going to get brakes. We're going to get tires. What the fuck?
Thieves.
But I was so irritated because the guy who owns the shop is a buddy. But he had some key to it. He wasn't there that day, which I thought he was supposed to be there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Well, like it took him like 20 minutes with a flashlight under my car. I'm like, what are you looking for fucking bodies? You think I'm bringing Mexicans over the border? What are we doing here? Get me out of here. Finally, I stopped watching him. I was like, I went to my phone, just started looking at shit on my phone. Then he's like, I see him backing out. I'm like, oh, he put a sticker on. Like he passed me. I thought for sure he was going to find something. I mean, guy was there with a microscope. He was like taking DNA off my door handle, making sure that, I don't know what it was like CSI going on in there for an inspection sticker.
No, they changed that, didn't they? Now, aren't they doing away with the safety inspection mask and just doing the emissions now?
Who knows? No. This was safety.
Yeah, they don't even have any of that down here in Florida.
It is so ridiculous.
My father used to make a ton of money off of doing inspections because his accounts were like ADT, and they had like how many of the trucks? They had a fleet of trucks. But my dad got in trouble a few times because my dad did it like my dad did it, which was I got a brand new 88 Lincoln Town Car, put it on the lift, and he would just take their information and put it in while the thing was in his car. He got caught a couple of times, but you can't have a fleet of cars not on the road, and no one's going to pay to have a fleet of cars brought up to inspection level. It's all a scam either way.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. It was unbelievable. Like I said, the guy was like, I'm like, what the hell's, I'm like looking at him. I'm like, I can see him on his back. This guy's crawling around on the garage floor. Not even on a Jeepers Creeper. He's under there looking at my car. I'm like, what the piss is he looking for?
What are they doing? You know,
people like that. I like to say, let me see your car.
You got to get like a Dave Putty. How about a gasket? How about like a really bad gasket?
He wants to make sure I have the undercoating. We don't even know what it is.
It's true.
Putty.
The guy's under there looking. I'm like, what? I thought he was going to pull some crazy Fletch shit. Like, oh, it's your 7th Fetzer valve needs bulb. I'm like, what the piss is he doing? Unbelievable. Just irritating as hell.
Yeah, it's like normally Well, and you check the ball joints. You make sure that the danger points. Make sure your tires aren't bald.
Eventually you're going to need to put more oil in this engine.
Yeah. Eventually you have to pour gas in here. Oh, really? Is that
really? Thank you.
He's checking in the lights, and he put the blinker on. And he's walking around the car looking at every blinker, and I'm like, dude, you can. First of all, you know how these cars work? If the light's off, the blinker blinks fat. It's like ping, ping, ping.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
It tells you. You don't have to fucking walk around. You fucking shithead. Unbelievable.
I had a cop once.
I wanted to get to the gym, and I was just irritated. I was like, this sucks. Anyways, I passed. So now my car, I got my registration taken care of this month, my inspection, and who knows where I'm going to take it next year, but I'm not going back there. That was absurd.
I'm not putting much miles on any of my vehicles now. I'm actually thinking of selling my truck.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to. I mean, my dream is to come into a lot of money and fix up the body on that. It's like,
oh, yeah.
That's every dream coming to a lot of money.
Right. Your dream is to hit the lottery. The only issue now is you have to play it.
Yeah. Well, I do my $40 a month of scratch tickets. That's what I do. Massachusetts, your best chance at winning $1 million. So can't win if you don't play. Then I always parlay, and sometimes I end up with, extra. So
yeah. I can't get over. I hear it in the headphones. I don't even hear it with the headphones off. Oh, yeah, dude.
It's picking up through the mic.
Oh, it's funny because it sounds like it's right here. But now with my ear out, yeah, it's in the backyard. Yeah, I was wondering if there's like some type of poison I could drop to kill those frogs.
Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah, DM's going to love you.
From getting in the house.
Listen to these things.
Matter of fact, I opened up the kitchen light the other night, and there's like an albino lizard gecko on that's running back under the stove, and I'm like, dude, you're more than welcome here. There's ants and other things for you to get.
You could save you 10% or more on your car insurance.
Right, and if you need some water, let me know. I'll hit you up. But I'm gonna run really quick to check on Mike. He's been out there on his own for a bit.
Check on the gecko too.
Yeah, I'll be right. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I grew up next to a swamp, so yeah, peep frogs were nothing new for us.
Yeah, these things make a ton of noise.
Wow, there's some angry ones there.
I know. I'm debating now. Should I light up one of those Fox Corojos?
Yeah, you should. Hey, while you're lighting it, I'll show the chat what it is because I've got them here. So,
all right, go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on big, and I'm gonna go grab me the other one. It's right over there in my car.
Dave will be smoking a Fox Corojo. It is called a Cuban sandwich cigar. And he can describe better on the exact method. It's like takes the shavings of a bunch of different cigars and it rolls it up in a leaf. I believe that's what it is. And I'm trying to get this from reflecting. Hang on. No, that's not much better.
All right, I'm back.
Yep.
And Joe, hold on, he's back.
I'm back. Checked on Mikey. Checked on my soup. The soup is ready. It'll still be warm. Ain't gonna be hot, but that's fine.
Like I said, I have a salmon that I prepped. It's in the fridge, but once I get in, I can just throw it right in the oven. I'm psyched.
I'm in such the mood for salmon now. I got to check out what they're charging for that on Sam's.
Yeah, the good salmon. I mean, it's like Aldi's had a good one too, but they don't carry it anymore. because of shortages. I know it's like whatever. But so I got a pack of the frozen pink salmon. It's awful. I've got to eat it, but it's like hold my nose and eat it.
You know what I haven't had in a long time, and that's a good bagel with chive cheese and lox.
Salmon. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Now this looks good. Sam's got Atlantic salmon burgers. It's expensive now, but the frozen salmon is $26.86 for 2.5 pounds.
That's good price.
Really? But then they got Alaskan
$11 a pound.
Mark frozen wild caught Alaskan sockeye salmon, $26.52 for 2 pounds.
That's good. That's a great price for sockeye.
Yeah, I'd get the sockeye.
Then they got the fresh stuff.
I'm in my garage cage.
Members Mark smoked Atlantic salmon, $14.54 for a pound.
What drives me up a wall
I tell you what, that canned salmon ain't that bad though. Members Mark boneless, skinless, canned Atlantic salmon fillet portions in water. 5 by 7 ounces, $16.53.
Yeah, but you can't get a sear on that.
Well, no,
that's
not,
that's the whole point of me wanting salmon.
I know.
Well, did you guys happen to see my story I posted on Facebook about the salmon, using the Cajun spice?
No, how did I miss that? No, I think I did. Yeah, I did.
The Paul Prudhomme Cajun spice, and you just put that on there, and it is so good. I like my salmon rare.
I did see that. Yeah.
So when I eat it, it's like when you cut in the center, it's still pink. It's like
glistening.
It's almost raw.
Bulk wholesale.
I like it just past that.
Smoked salmon duo pack, $171.99 for a packet for a case of 18.
Wow.
Damn.
And what kills me is that, I mean, I live in friggin' Rhode Island. Why is seafood so friggin' expensive? I mean, even before inflation.
It's cheaper to get a fucking boat and go out there spearfishing.
You know what? I'm just wondering what they're selling off the boat right now for. It's like I'm not going to get salmon
with a baseball bat and work over a fucking bear and steal his salmon. Drop it. You go catch it. Drop it. I'll let you keep one. For every 3 you catch, you keep one. And here's the baseball bat. You got when an Italian has a baseball bat, you get 2 options: over the head or up the ass. How do you want it?
You got me craving salmon now too, because if it's a good salmon, I love it. And nice and fatty.
But man, they keep pushing these freaking Beyond Burgers. No, it's beyond me wanting one. I tried it once. It was horrid.
Oh, it tastes great if you load it up with condiments left and right and cheese.
So does my ass. I don't want to eat my ass.
Exactly.
You know what else? It's funny. I've been making a lot of Caesar salad.
Asperger's.
Yep. But I stopped buying shaved Parmesan.
Yep.
I shave it I do it all myself. I buy the brick because if you buy it shaved, if you look at the ingredients, it comes with like some filler shit that's just terrible for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy it whole. Yeah. And don't put it in the fridge.
Do it yourself.
Yeah. And don't put it in the fridge. That'll dry it out like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, but now they got
hard cheeses,
cooked shrimp.
Hard cheeses, throwing.
I haven't had shrimp in years.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
You ever see
Blues Brothers? Shrimp, more shrimp.
How much for the women? How much for the little girl?
Jason, any chance of you making a New Frontier lesson, bot wrap pork loins tonight? 50% off. Oh, nice. New Frontier I could do a lesson on. I have to relearn it.
Wait a second. Isn't that overkill? Bacon wrap pork. I mean, bacon wrap, like sirloin and stuff, I can understand, but you're taking smoked pig and wrapping around. I'm only kidding. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Members Mark jumbo cooked, easy peel, shell on deveined, tail on shrimp. $22.38 for 3 pounds.
That's doable.
That ain't bad. I mean, for an extra pound, it ain't going to be all the tail.
Yeah, I'm a salmon guy though, so shrimp for me isn't so. That's a harder sell
Yeah,
to me.
I think I may get a bag of that salmon this Friday. Friday's payday.
Yeah, that's
payday.
Yeah,
I get
salmon.
paid, then I pay the bills. I call it from payday to poor day, all in the same day.
I'll say this: that 2 pounds of sockeye, you got 5 good meals out of that. You know,
Yeah.
maybe more, maybe 6.
I'm fucking Hulk size, Dave.
No, I know, but I cut my portions way down. I eat, and I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. That's what I need to teach myself to do.
Well, the
Hey,
best thing
Emily-
about the salmon is the high protein.
Emily, did you hear my comment? I don't know if you were here yet, but did you hear my comment when I said on the gig on the 19th, you're going to have to come here and grab the PA? Because there's no way I'm taking my PA and my gear all the way up. But if you took the PA, then I could take my gear. That would be an easier drive. Elroy, that's from Tommy Boy when they devein it.
Yeah. This one just ate dinner.
You need a poopa scooper.
Ugh. Definitely most quotable Chris
Oh,
Farley
Emily,
movie.
so I went to go. I was telling everybody that Chris is bringing me 4 guitars this week to work on. He wants me to work on his guitars, but I think he said he was seeing you tomorrow, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Hey, Cheech is here.
Yeah, that's what he said. He mentioned that to me. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, Cheech is here.
Yep.
Yeah. These Fox are good. Like I say, the first half of them, though, they're very boring. It's really like just like, it's like almost like a Connecticut feels like. There's just no, and then it kicks in. This cigar is what we call, I know you showed it all,
Yeah.
but we call this a Cuban sandwich because it's filled with all short filler. It's basically the leftover crap when they make the good cigars. And yeah, find cigars to smoke.
Yeah, I told him you'd be able to explain it better. I kind of explained it that way, but I didn't. I just said took a bunch of old leftovers of good cigars and gets wrapped in a leaf.
Right. You know what I like about a Cuban sandwich cigar, though? The draw is always fantastic. You know, like those factory smokes, the draw is excellent.
I like real Cuban sandwich too, with the pork, the ham.
Yeah, it's crickets and frogs. I think they're more frogs than crickets.
Yeah, definitely.
Here goes the train again.
There you go.
It's a ghost train.
I don't even know where the train is. It's a ghost train, right?
Yeah.
Where's the train around here?
I'm just going to do a quick search. I'm not going to give up your position, Dave. I'm just going to do a quick search, see where the railroad is in your area.
Well, I know there's one in Canton Center, but that can't be the one I'm hearing. That's 5 miles away.
That's a big, that's got to be a pretty big cricket if it's 5 miles away and you could hear it.
No, the train.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's see, nearest tracks.
The Dunkin' Donuts headquarters used to be about 2 miles that way.
From the airport. Layers. Traffic, transit, biking mall. Wildfires, trains, Speak View. They don't have. I'll just do transit then.
It's cooling down outside now. It's outstanding.
Oh yeah, I've got the fan exhausting in now.
I got the AC on. Tomorrow's gonna be 94 over here.
I think it's going to be 80 tomorrow here, but it's like 65 right now.
Oh, that's nice. That's put the fan in the window and having a good night's sleep.
Thank God. We're actually having spring. It's very unusual. We're actually having a spring. Won't last long before we start having heat waves.
I think it's all week it's supposed to be like in this particular.
I wish all summer was like this. I'd be happy with a high of 80.
Do I really gotta buy signature strings? That's just stupid. There's a lot of stuff they sell that's stupid.
GHS?
No, well, this is I opened up my email from Premier Guitar NAMM 2022 Day 3 recap, and they have Tommy Emmanuel signature strings.
What brand? What brand makes it?
Martin and Company.
That means they're just getting him from overseas and just slapping his name on it.
Palette guitar.
It's a Maton guitar.
Yeah, the Australian acoustic.
Yeah.
Because Dave, you know this better than I do. I don't think Martin strings are made in the United States.
Mexico.
Yeah. So that's where the Tommy Emmanuels are coming from.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Dario used to be made in the U.S. I know if they still are.
The Dario. 5 emails today that it's National String Changing Day.
So
I
just put them on yesterday.
Over to change the strings. I'm working the Dario. Holy shit!
Yeah, there's actually a place in Oxford that made some Dario strings, but I don't think they made guitar strings. I think they made mandolin strings. They made the core wire and winding for it. Renaissance Wire in Oxford. They're now defunct.
I'm looking at the Sweetwater email now. I mean, if you're gonna charge for a $1,200 for a guitar, I better not look at it and want to puke.
What are you looking at?
It was a D'Angelico, but it was this bizarre. They offset. It was like the most extreme offset guitar, and I'm like, I don't really like them to begin with. Gretsch just came out with a guitar that really looks nice and it's affordable too. But you want to lead me in, just show me in Maple Neck, and I'm already going to follow you.
If I could have any Gretsch, do you guys know which model it would be?
Dual Superjet.
The White Falcon.
No, he doesn't want that big jazz box.
The Steve Warner Nashville Gentleman.
The who?
Oh, okay. So, really? Yeah. So I'm guessing that's almost like the Country Gentleman, or is it a smaller?
It's smaller. It's Steve Warner model. I like Steve Warner, in case you guys didn't know.
Of course we do.
Stay with me a while.
There you go. Mikey Newman can hook you up with some real Cuban cigars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every time he goes to Cuba, they sell boxes out the back door from all the cigar factories.
Mikey Newman, how often are you going to Cuba? First of all, Mikey Newman's in England.
Oh.
You can buy Cuban cigars all day over there.
Really now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, without the politics of it, I mean, it's high time we get over this friggin' embargo or this ban on Cuba and stuff. I mean,
I have a Romeo and Juliet to Short Churchill Cuban in my humidor right now. I'm just waiting for a special occasion to smoke it. Like a CVS sale. Real special. Chocolate covered crickets. Oh, I can get those for you, Johnny Kramer, with some frogs. Later, Em.
Good night, Emily.
Good night, Emily.
Midnight Summer. Hey, all. Great description of the show with proper homage to Seinfeld. Thank you, Midnight.
Yeah. Crickets,
Yeah.
you gotta gut them too. They carry tapeworms, so you gotta cook them really good or gut them. Well, you deep fry them, I would think.
What's that?
Crickets. Anytime you see insects being cooked, they're either cooked over a flame till they're crispy or deep fried.
Yeah, we were wondering how we cook insects.
They're actually.
We weren't.
I've eaten insects before. I grew up next to an army base with a lot of Asian people. So,
Hello, Midnight Strummer.
Where are you going, Midnight Strummer?
yeah, that's right. Hanoi Bomb says we didn't get to say rest in peace to Ray
Yeah,
Liotta.
that was something.
Ray passed. Yeah, he used to work out of Gold's in Venice, and my buddy was his trainer for a long time.
He was young.
Yeah, 69.
Yeah, well, the actual Henry Hill lived 2 years longer than he did. And Henry Hill probably
Henry Hill
lived,
was great when he would call on Stern all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That was hysterical.
There was a cool documentary with it. Well, not a documentary, but it was a show where Henry Hill went back to the old neighborhood and he was pissing his pants. Like he was like, I got to get the hell out of it. Like he didn't want to be there.
Someone's got me marked. Alec John. I know that name.
He was
Who
in
did he play for?
Bon Jovi. He was the bass player.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the goofy looking
The
guy.
bass player in Bon Jovi, but I don't think he played on any of the records. He was like the original. He was a member of the band and he was a touring guy in the band. But I think on the records, it was the other guy who ended up replacing him eventually.
Well, let me see.
I think he was 70.
Good night, Jan. John.
Hey, Jan, have a great night. Hey, now, Jan.
We're wrapping it up in about 18 minutes, too.
Yep.
Dwight, yeah, we got. I have 17 on my phone.
Okay, let's see. Slippery when wet. Personnel.
Hugh McDonald, that's it. Yep, that's the guy who replaced him and played on all the records.
Well, it gives credit to him for Slippery When Wet.
Who?
Alec John Sott.
Yeah, he's not the player on it.
It says here though, it doesn't give anyone
It's not
else any credit.
Yeah, because back then Hugh was a ghost player for him, but when they got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Bon Jovi said, "You got to put this guy on it. You got to put Hugh McDonald in the group because he's the guy that played on all the records."
Mm.
I tell you right now, guys, for $2, this Fox cigar is a good cigar.
Yep, I know all too well. I've got a ton of factory smokes I got to go through too.
I'm smoking right now. This is the Fox Corojo, which is a Cuban cigar, Cuban sandwich cigar. It's not a Cuban, but it's it's all short filler. The one I had before this was the La Gloria Cubana Serie R.
La Bamba. La Cubana.
Jay Santiago, not according to Eddie Trunk.
And Eddie Trunk knows all.
He said that Alex didn't play on it. It was Hugh and somebody else.
Yeah, it's a lot of those bands they didn't. I think Fred Crury, the drummer from Cinderella, they on the second album brought in Cozy Powell to play drums.
Oh, Cozy Powell's amazing.
Yeah, it's like because I guess it was a nightmare in the first album to get the guy to play in time.
It's a nightmare listening to the first album.
But what was out there? It was a decent rocking album compared to a lot of that. I take that over Poison any day.
Yeah, I would also take actual Poison over Poison.
In from the outside wasn't a bad sign. I know there was the ripoff, Nobody's Fool. They're bringing on the Heartbreak ripoff and stuff, but
I saw them live in 1990. No, he looked like a greasy Italian. No disrespect. No disrespect. What are we? I like that he says greasy.
keep it greasy so it'll go down easy.
I need a dozen towels so the boys can take a shower. What was that Fox? It's a Fox Corojo. It's a. You can go on their site. It's their own cigar. It's made for them. It's for $2. It's a decent blend.
Damirera. Yeah, I'd like the Hiva Havana.
Dom Irera has a great joke. He says when he takes out a woman, he likes to order for them because number one, it's classy, and number two, he doesn't want them screaming across the car to the drive-through window.
Dom Irera was on that episode of Dangerfields. That was the classic episode that had
Dice,
him, Dice,
Tennyson.
Yeah, I think it had Kennison, but it had that Barry Sobel guy who I didn't like, but it was all on the same show.
You know, it was a funny comedian who passed away. Is it Dennis Greenberg or? You know, he had the eyes where he's always squinting.
Wolfberg.
Wolfberg. I love Dennis Wolfberg.
Yeah, he
Funny.
died young. Cancer.
Yeah, he was funny.
Wow, that's a black. I think he died in the early 90s or something. He died a while ago.
Who?
Dennis Wolfberg.
Yeah, he might have died in the 80s or late
94.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, that's a name from the past. Holy crap.
He was funny.
Yeah, I remember his colonoscopy jokes.
Hold on. Why is it saying I'm putting in the wrong password? Hold on. Because I am.
Yeah, so the instrument sales are really slowing down in this economy now.
Yeah, no one's got money. They can't afford food. They're not going to buy gear.
Well, I've gotten a few lowball offers where it's I price things to sell. I mean, my stuff. It's like, and I basically say, look, I'm giving it for you bargain already. And it's like, don't friggin' make me go lower. Yeah, that last guitar at Matt's music center is taking forever to friggin' sell.
What is this?
What's up?
Oh, it was for my glass. It was for the windshield. They're telling me what I owe, $0. Yeah, thanks for the email to tell me I owe nothing.
Yeah, covered by insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I actually had to pay a little on my truck when I got it. Not the full amount, but they said, we could just throw a stock windshield in, or we can throw the actual F-150 with the F-150 logo on it and stuff. I thought it looked cool. I said, yeah, how much extra is that guy? $100 more. You probably have to. Yeah. I'd like it to still look good.
All right, I need to check this. I only had 2 CSATs last week. I told my supervisor today, look, you got to talk to whatever, because for me to only get 2 CSATs, that fucking thing must be broken. I got none for today. It's not possible.
What's a CSAT?
It's a good survey from a customer. I put in 65 last month. And all of a sudden I'm going from 27 a week to none? No.
Yeah, well, I always hate things that are when you're judged on stuff like that, because people are fickle assholes. They can be up your ass 1 second, and then then they can be the biggest pricks.
Yeah, but when they're using this shit to put into my metrics, and that helps them, quote unquote, decide my bonus next year.
Yeah,
make sure
that's what I'm talking about.
Doesn't get fucking broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you could be in call center, be doing the greatest job, but you just have the most miserable people. And it's like, and just have the worst luck. And it's going to be a bonus depending on those metrics.
Hey, let me ask the group: is the quality of show the same with me in the garage smoking cigars? You guys enjoy it?
I'm fine with it.
Not you guys, the chat.
Well, my opinion.
Dave's mom kicked him out of the house, but the show must go on.
Yeah.
He's set up in the garage.
Yeah.
David, get out of the house.
Georgie.
My mother
What
is
are you doing to yourself?
Oh no, she wants me in the house all times. She doesn't like being in the house alone.
Is it haunted?
No, she's 83, and what can I tell you?
She don't look 83.
Yeah, she is. She was psyched I had a show tonight. She's like, "Oh, you're not going out?" I'm like, no.
I am going out, but to the garage.
Yeah, she doesn't. This is not going out for me.
I know.
Yeah, Elroy, I have friends with restaurants that own restaurants, and you get a couple idiots on Yelp, and it can destroy a restaurant's reputation. And it's for the stupidest reasons. Let's say someone may have a hard-on for the friggin' owner's wife or something like that. It's a true story, too. Actually, it was flipped around. Some girl had a hard-on for the owner's husband and wrote this awful review, and yeah, look at the Kardashians. Why are they so friggin' popular? They're famous for being famous. They're millionaires, billionaires, whatever the hell they are, friggin' just for existing. Unfucking believable. I'm gonna get an ass implant and become a Kardashian.
You do that. Get the breast implants.
All right, I have a poll.
I never leave the house.
We'll end with this. We got 7 minutes. Here's from Revolver email I got. A poll, fan poll, 5 heaviest hair metal songs of all time. Let's see if you agree with this. All right.
Hair metal.
Hair metal.
Okay. Uncle Tom's.
Number 5, Winger, Junkyard Dog.
Don't know it.
I don't even know that one either. All right. Number 4, Dokken, Kiss of Death. I love Dokken, so I'll go with that.
I like Kiss of Death. I like Tooth and Nail better, though.
I like Tooth and Nail better, too, because I don't know Kiss of Death.
Number 3, Twisted Sister, Burn in Hell.
I love
their heaviest song.
I don't consider See No Evil. I just don't think of them as a hair metal band.
All right. Number 2.
They had hair.
This is a I don't know. Well, 2 and 1 are pretty much neck and neck for me. Number 2, Motley Crue, Live Wire.
Great song.
That is a great song.
Yeah, first album's the best album.
And then the number 1 they picked was Skid Row, Slave to the Grind.
Good tune.
I might have put Live Wire a little. I don't know. For me, those two are kind of neck and neck. But Live Wires, there's something
I like
raw about that song. That's
Monkey
like a
Business.
brutal, raw energy. High energy insanity.
Well, that's what I liked about Skid Row was that they came out with that 1989 album that had "I'll Remember You" and it's all the hair glammy stuff. Then their follow up, they came out and they said we're just going to go heavier.
They just went themselves.
We're going to go heavier.
Was Slave to the Grind the second one?
Yeah.
Monkey Business is on that record, right?
Yeah.
I like Monkey Business.
Save the Grind, Get the Fuck Out. That was what was the Quicksand Jesus was the one that replaced that. They originally had Get the Fuck Out on it, and then they said, oh, we can't have that on the label anymore. Then they changed that with Quicksand Jesus. It's
So
a
you know,
stupid song.
I don't know any of these bands' material other than Motley Crue's first album. I know. Hair metal to me was like off limits.
It's awful for the
I
most
love hair
part.
metal. I still do.
It's,
I mean,
I've
when
always
done
been-
well, it was good. I mean, do you consider Def Leppard hair metal?
no,
Now, a lot of people consider
way to
Wasp
heavy
hair metal, and I would put Wasp on there before Winger.
let me ask you guys, what do you think 38 Special's best song is?
Oh, that's
Do you guys think it's Where You Belong? Don't you?
no.
It don't come easy. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, yeah. I'd have to look at a list of them. Rocking into the Night.
That's a good song.
Down, 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 down. Down, down, down. I think that's a Jim Paterick song.
Walking into the
Rocking
night.
into the Night.
Yeah, Patrick.
And I tell you, those guys, what's his name? Peter Barnes was a great player. So was and Carl Easley.
Jeff Carlisi's awesome.
Jeff Carlisi. Yep. Then you had Van Zant just hitting power chords, strumming along. Let me take a quick look at list of 38 special songs. I know the theme song to Super Troopers was them. That was a pretty cool. Down.
Chain Lightning was always good.
Yeah.
Second Chance, Bendeo, the Max Carl song. The heart needs a second chance. That was their comeback song without Don Barnes.
Let's see. Damn songs.
Carlisi's excellent.
Oh yeah. So first one we all heard, of course, was probably Caught Up in You.
Lately, we're doing eight. Yeah, Midnight Strummers singing "Rocking into the Night." Everybody.
Yeah, that was always one of my favorites. Hold on loosely.
You see it all around you.
Yeah, hold on loosely. Yeah, that was the first one I meant to say.
Fantasy Girl was a good song too, though.
Oh yeah,
That's the same record, I think. For Tour de Force, wasn't it? Was that Tour de Force?
Yeah, I'm checking that. No, what song?
Boys.
Oh, Hold On Loosely. Yeah, that was Wild Light. Wow, they had a lot of hits.
Yeah, they were good.
Whew.
The guitar player and the singer was great, Dave. His name was Don. Yeah, Don Barnes was the singer, and Donnie Van Zant was the other guitar player. But Jeff Carlisi was the lead guy.
Yep.
I
Well,
liked Carlisi.
Yeah, Van Zant wasn't much of a guitar player. He was like the second co-singer with Barnes.
Yeah.
But Don Barnes was a very clean. I got to see him at the Indian Ranch, and he is just a clean guitar player. Oh my God.
You mean he washes himself daily?
Yeah. Yeah. He got a haircut
Very
too.
good
Didn't have
hygiene.
those long. Super. Yeah. Okay. 38 special. Trooper with an Attitude. That's the name of the song.
Don't know it.
Yeah. If you know the theme song to Super Troopers.
If someone mentions Shenanigans one more time,
Hey, what's that restaurant you like going to all the time, Favre? Ooh, Shenanigans? Whoa. I'll pistol whip them.
I loved Club Dread.
They were all good. They were all good. Yeah, Bill Paxton was in
Good
Club
too.
Dread.
I love Beer Fest.
Yeah, Beer Fest is awesome. I haven't watched Slam and Salmon.
Oh, that's great.
I haven't seen it either.
The alarm's going off on the phone I'm using as a camera. How do I even fucking take
That's
care of
hilarious.
it? It shouldn't even go off.
Well, it's 10 o'clock. It's the perfect time.
It is. It is.
That's what it was set for.
Oh my goodness. Fucking retarded. Oh,
Maybe you said it without knowing.
No, I have it set because at 10 o'clock every night I do something.
This was a perfect show, guys. I got 2 cigars out. in the fresh air. And and we did the show earlier. Now I'm going to eat salmon and a Caesar salad.
I got a soup waiting. It'll be my
He's
first
gonna have
meal
soup.
since last Thursday.
Wow.
I'm not eating. Too late for me.
But I have to, because if I don't, I'm going to be dead tomorrow. I'm cramping right now. I'm really cramping right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what
I'm
I do is when I have a bad day like yesterday, I have a pizza or something like that. I think I only consumed like 600 calories today. I made my protein ice cream and I made an omelet.
apples today. I'm gonna have an apple or two.
There you go. Have some
I
of
still
that
got
salmon, right? You're having salmon.
Salmon first. Yeah. All right, everyone. Hey, listen, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. You guys are always great. Always good to see everybody. We won't be back next week because I don't think so. Because I have a gig on the 19th and I really got to stop prepping for it. So
Hey, that's all right.
we'll be back on the 20th, I believe. We'll be back doing this on the 20th.
At 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I don't have any lessons coming out soon because I got fucking 1,200 videos, guys. Look up my old fucking lessons and watch them. You know that.
Learn a thing or two.
Learn the fucking songs I already taught. By the way, I'm getting almost no hits on my Depeche Mode. If this crew doesn't know how to play that song by next lesson.
Now, Jay wants to know, what about chord therapy? You done with that?
No, I'm not done with it, but I'll pick it back up after the 20th. So let's say the 20th we'll do the DL show, and the 22nd, that Wednesday, I'll bring back chord therapy. I have some stuff to talk about. There's a guy, Derek, that I see in the gym that we talk guitar a bit. I gave him lessons a while back. Anyways, real nice kid, but he brought up some interesting things because he's teaching now and asked me about some principles on just looking at music and stuff that I'll go over, that I wanted to go over, and I will go over it, but I got to piece it together a little bit better so everyone understands it. But you'll like it because it's really simply breaking down the keys and everything else. And again, like I always say, looking at 7 notes and playing it that way. I want to thank Joe, who's starving his balls off right now. We're going to eat some soup, for being on the show. I want to thank Krellbar. Krellbar, I'm sure I'll see you on Sunday. But Krell, if there's a day during the week when you want to have a smoke, you can come up here and we can smoke in my driveway too.
Yeah, I'll set it any day you want to like do the spa or something like that.
Yeah.
If we said a day.
Yeah.
We could do that and then have a smoke. Because it's killing
like
2 birds with
George
one stone.
Costanza. I think it moved.
Dave, great videos. Oh, cool. Yeah, please. I have a ton of stuff out there, guys. So people are always like, hey, do a song, do this lesson, do that lesson. There's a million lessons out there. Give them a watch because I'm just taking some time off because it's beautiful weather and I'd rather be out than in that red room fucking teaching songs that you guys should already know how to play. Red room, exactly. And if you guys haven't watched my Shining video, I don't know what's the holdup. All right, guys, we're gonna say. Let me pull up the brand here and let me pull up the outro. I want to thank everybody once again for coming. And all right, everyone, very good.
Later on.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.